Hey everyone, it's Kathy Colaiacovo with pepperatmarketing.com. And today I wanted to share with you a little bit about checking activity on your Facebook page. I've noticed recently different pages that I've been visiting and connecting on or posting on that a lot of people aren't necessarily checking all the different areas on their Facebook pages that they should. Now, one of the issues that I think is part of the problem is that some of us are just not getting the notifications like we used to, or we're getting so many of these notifications that we're not able to follow and find everything that we need. These are all the ones that I've got here just showing now. If I click see all, then I've got even more that are showing. So I think probably with the use of using a mobile device, maybe we're hanging on our tablets at night and our iPhones in the daytime or cell phones and then desktops, these notifications are getting clicked and checked off and we're not necessarily seeing them all. So I wanted to show you where you should be checking for the most important notifications on your Facebook business pages. The reason this is important is because if people are doing different types of activity on your page and you're getting notifications, it's clear they're trying to communicate or engage with you, and you do not want to be missing that. Let's go into my page and I'm going to show you some of the things that we're typically looking at. Some of the big ones that a lot of people forget are ones that you actually don't necessarily see over on your main column down here. So for instance, if I scroll down here, you can see I've got my story, some page tips, that's information from Facebook, more information from Facebook, like who's checked in, what kind of friends are on the page, who likes the page, blah, 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 my address, my information. I know all of this. So this is stuff that's going on there and that I'm seeing. But what's missing there that used to actually show nicely was posts by others. So this is something you'll find by clicking over here on the button on the left on your menu and hit posts. And this will show you the posts on your page, but it will also put very clearly up here at the top your visitor posts. This is probably one of the most important places you should be looking, and it's one that I often find when I do marketing assessments that people are not checking or putting the information there. So you'll note that when I took a look over here, and I don't know if you can see this, I'm going to back out again. So the latest one it's showing here is one from November of 2018. But when I click on visitor posts, I'm actually seeing one from March 17th of 2019, where my Pepper It Marketing Facebook page was tagged in a post by someone else. Then I've got the one that shows down here by the person that we were seeing over on the left, on the right-hand side. So you really have to watch and be careful that you're not missing things. And that's why I encourage you to spend at least once a week, go into these different areas. So posts is one of them, go in there and you can see that I've already done a like as Pepper It Marketing, which is important to do. I've made a comment or a like back here on this one here as well. I've got some other ones in here. Whoops. Some different comments added onto there. Got another one here. This is, like I said, where I will often find that people are not paying attention to. So I shared this one on the page because I was doing some feedback. So I did put that over there. So make sure that you are going into the post section. That's probably one of the biggest ones. The other one that you want to check, there's two ways to look at this. You've got your notifications up here. This will be showing you notifications of all sorts. On your page, this button will show you all of your page-only notifications. So it's a little clearer that you can see specifically what's going on. And I like to go down and look through them all here. Yes, I'll see them all through here, and you can see the different pieces. But I can also see, I've cleaned these out. I should have let this build up a little bit, but I can see who's liked something. If there's comments, I can see who's commented on something. If there are shares, I'll see who's shared different things. And then we've got the other ones. So this is a good example. I actually hadn't noticed this one here before. So I'm going to click over to it because I always like to acknowledge when people are sharing my information. So this person here shared my post, didn't really put a whole lot, whoops, with it. Oh man, that's wild. But he did put a little note on there. So one of the things that I would like to do is go back and hit the like button and put a note in, thanks for sharing. Just something simple, something easy, but it gets a little activity generated back, and it's a nice thank you to do that as well. So you'll see that kind of stuff when you're looking in the notifications. So I like to peek at all of them because, as you'll see, that one that was right there, the share one, I missed totally last week. I did not see it. So it's important that you go in here, especially if more than one person manages your page. Then you also want to go in and look at the comments. So you want to make sure that people that are commenting, that you're actually commenting back and replying to them, okay? You want to make sure that if anybody is posting something on there, you click on it so that you can see the information, and then make sure that you have replied or responded to them depending on what they've got in there. So that's the notifications area. The other thing that you can look at, if you have connected your Instagram to your Facebook business page, then when you go to the inbox, you're actually seeing a variety of stuff in here now. So you can sometimes see comments more, and then you can see the messenger stuff. So under the messenger, you'll see the one-on-one messenger posts that people are sending to you privately. Under the comments and more, you see some of those comments that were showing up in the notifications. I personally find that they come up in here a little confusing. I don't like that you can mark them done so then they don't show in your main feed anymore, so you kind of could be missing them. That's why I really pay attention to the notifications for the Facebook page over here. But the other thing that you get in here is your Instagram ones as well. So you'll be able to see this information here of what ones that have been responded to on your Instagram or not. So you can see if there's been activity there. So you may need to be, maybe a little bit of a kicker to remind you to get over to your Instagram and pay attention to these things. So this is one here. It's just, it's a notification that I have a post up there that nobody's made a comment on. Great. Thank you very much that I needed to know that. So some of them you can see other ones in here where there is activity that's coming in and back and forth. You can add a comment to it here, but you cannot reply directly to people's posts. So this post here, for instance, I did directly on my Instagram and did the response back there. Actually, I shouldn't say that. You can actually do it on here, and you do put it back there. So when you hit this, it will punch in. Sorry about that. I did forget you could do it here. So let me just back up. If I wanted to reply to Patty, I already did, so I'm not going to post it. I hit the reply button here, and then I can put the note in and reply back to her. So this little section, if you've connected your Instagram to your Facebook page, is really cool because it allows you to manage the comments directly on your computer. So if you're someone like me who's on their desktop more than they're on their phone or their tablet, it may be an easy way for you to pay attention to this kind of stuff and see what's going on in there as well. I'm a little worried about what this one is. Oh yeah, so somebody wants me to connect with them. I posted that back in November. I'll probably go check him out before I would ever make a little connection and check on that as well. And again, over here, you can mark these as done so that they show up as all done and finished. So you can hit the done over here, and then they'll get out of your feed here on the in notifications under the inbox section. So that is where you should be going into the page there as well to check. And a couple other ones that I want to make sure that you're doing too. This is another section that a lot of people absolutely forget to do, is the reviews section. So if people have gone in and done reviews on your page, you always want to be, my personal rule of thumb is it's not just a like. You always want to be responding back with a thank you and making a comment back. If it's not the best of reviews, then you actually want to deal with it as well. So that's one of the big things that I always tell people. Don't worry about it. If you're getting bad reviews there, someone had one the other day from somebody who was just actually being a troll, wasn't even a client or anything. And I said, ignore it, because people, if they click on them, anybody can take a look at somebody who's posted and see who they are. So if they take a look at it and they see that, they've got kind of icky stuff posted up there all the time, they're not going to really give it a lot of credibility. You can also report some, and we did report that one. But again, if you're not paying attention, you'll see those come up in these notifications. They'll come up over here as well. But I always like to click the button and hit the review tab just to look at it, because if there are people that have done or said anything there, I do want to have it in there. So those are the main areas that you should be checking on your Facebook business page. So your posts by others, you want to check in your notifications box and your inbox notifications, and then also make sure to be checking on the reviews button and looking at that as well to make sure that you're not missing anything over there. And if you do have any other sections here, like if you have an event up or anything else in there too, you will be wanting to check that and make sure there's no activity happening on there that you're skipping out and missing too. The whole point of getting onto a Facebook business page is to create an engaged community of potential leads, potential clients, or just a community of people that are connected to you because they're interested in what you have to offer. The last thing you want to do is be ignoring them. So make sure that you go into those main areas, notifications and inbox here, as well as the different sections on the side, and check and make sure that you're not missing anybody talking to you. I hope this video has been helpful for you, and you can find me on facebook.com/pepperatmarketing to get more tips and advice as well. This is Colaiacovo with pepperatmarketing.com. Thanks for listening and have a fabulous day.